G'day community, Lekdog here. Welcome to this video, a look back at a Supercoach performance of history. I don't know, I need a clever name. Start thinking of some names. Don't know if I'm going to do it every round because this has been a nightmare to put together. And not because it's hard to put a video together, but because it took my soul from my body. A long time since I did a Supercoach video. Thought it'd be fun to jump in front of the camera, get my ugly mug on your screens. The point of this series is to take a look back in the past at those Supercoach performances that we remember, that stay in our hearts, in our minds, and make Supercoach what it is. Those historical games that we talk about, like Jonathan Brown setting the scoring record, or Michael Barlow, geez, wasn't he good when he debuted? This is one of those. This is Nick Riewoldt's Round 8 performance from 2006. He scored 203 Supercoach points. It was against the Blues, and there was a reason this one stuck out at me when I was looking at the stats. I didn't realize it was against the Blues until I started watching the highlights for the game, and I very quickly remembered why it sits in my heart. It's because I was at this game as a young 13-year-old. I think it was my third or fourth year as membership for the Carlton Blues. 2006, we weren't very good. And this game is the reason I still don't like playing St Kilda, and I still fear them. Nick Riewoldt kicked 9 goals, 3. He scored 203 Supercoach points, and he put the fear of living God into my soul. So we're going to watch through. I've cut up some highlights from the game. We're going to have a watch through these and just talk some shit. I was going to try and be analytical and historical and talk about the things that were, but I am not. That ain't me. I'm a shit talker, so we're going to talk some shit. All right, let's take a look at some of these highlights. Jeez, I'm gonna need a drink. I am gonna need a drink. All right. That ain't good. Oh wait, this was a gift I bought for someone. I wasn't supposed to open it. All right, let's look at some Blues getting smashed. One thing to remember, this was the 200th time these teams had clashed. The Blues had won like 160 of them, but in recent times, 2006 and onwards, St Kilda had continued to smash them. Have a look at Eddie Betts playing for the Blues as he was. So 203 points, 3 Brownlow votes for Nick Riewoldt. Steve Baker had 150 points. Lenny Hayes 139. Heath Scotland 124. What a player he was, as G-Train just says. That's my ball. Simon Wiggins had 118. Fev 117. Back when forwards dominated. I guess they've kind of dominated this year. He had 117. He kicked all 4 of Carlton's goals. They lost 4 goals 10. Whatever 4 goals 10 equals, let me tell you. 4 goals 10, 34 to 18 goals 18, 126. Riewoldt started this game off presenting pretty well. I don't believe he actually kicked this one, but it was. You might even see me. I'm up in the poor people section, sitting with all the Carlton members that used to sit together every week, probably crying. Well, no, I wouldn't be crying yet. I'd be almost crying. Brett Thornton played on Nick Riewoldt to start this game, and then in a brilliant pagan coaching move, they moved Lance Whitnell onto him, which, I'll give you the spoiler, it didn't go real well. There's Brett Thornton just getting outmarked, handball over the top, and I think that's to Baker. It just keeps going. Matty Lappin, Lance Whitnell, despite getting dominated, by the way, did manage to score 106 points. Matty Lappin, 102 in the sleeves. Andrew Walker, come on, you've got to man up. And Brett Thornton, late to the party again, as Rue takes another, I think that's a contested mark. What are some other names? Nick Del Santo turned up 101. These were the days we could have about 8 St Kilda players in your team. Jason Graham had 98. Stephen Mill, 94. Fraser Garrick, the G-Train, had 92. Cade Simpson in sleeves, 91. So good to see the sleeves representing for the Blues as Rue comes in and slots his first of what would be 9 goals, 3 that day. Have a look at that mustache. That is beautiful. I slowed that down. That is very sexy. Brendan Favola lining up for his first of the day. Kicked 4 you'll see it pretty soon, gets to play 1-on-4 most of the day. So Heading into this game, Nick Riewoldt had been averaging 108 points per game. He'd actually go on to average 117 this year. And obviously, this 203 was a big boost. And another contested mark, Brett Thornton late to the party again. This is all in the first quarter. Lou's going to be losing 42-8 in the first quarter. Brett Thornton getting called back. I loved Brett Thornton, but Jesus Christ. Oh my God, right, Houlihan in there? Where are we? But it's all right. Dennis Pagan's going to save the day. Lance Whitnell's going to get moved back onto Rue as he just goes bang. Keeps that through. Squeezes it through. Luke Blackwell and Sam Gilbert both debuted in this game. We're going to see here. What's this highlight? Oh, would you take a look at that? Kate Simo, hashtag sleeve watch. And look, he's gonna spot up. He's gonna try and spot up a fellow man in sleeves. He's gonna looking for Matty Lappin here. Crosses into the corridor. Laps can't quite get to it. G-Train takes possession. Laps just no chance. G-Train says, "Don't worry about it." Oh, still the first quarter, and we'll give up a red time goal as Rue just jumps over the top of Lance Whitnell. Who would have thunk it? Almost retired Lance Whitnell. Oh, he had a couple of years left. Didn't defend real well. He apparently, the reports say he was in form at the time, old Lance. But I mean, I don't think he was in form as a man who should be playing on Nick Riewoldt. Have a look at it. So here we are. Fast forward into the third quarter where they start to pick up. Rue actually went goalless in the second quarter, so it felt like maybe we contained him. But as you can see there, the big red couldn't quite stop him. The interesting thing, and this is what I find interesting. He doesn't snap around the body. Just opts to go back and kick a straight set shot here. Just caught out behind. What can you do, Lance? There wasn't a lot of D coming through the midfield for the Blues here. I know this should be about Nick Riewoldt, but given I was there and it broke my soul, it's very hard to focus on him. But there's actually plays that I think are going to be in this highlight reel that it looks like current day Carlton when they're losing, which is real scary. Montagna, once again, into Whitnell, drops him into the ground. No 50. Stephen Mills trying to get in there. Walks. That's a young Andrew Walker, isn't it? Nick Riewoldt says, I want the 50. Umpire says, on your bike, mate. You're having a good game. Just bloody kick it. Now, Montagna, this was a period, or heading into a period, where you could pick Lee Fisher, you could pick Lee Montagna, you could pick Nick Delsano, Nick Riewoldt. You could have a bunch of these guys in your team and be pretty comfortable. And it was a different scoring system as well back then in 2006. So the Stars kind of got the points. Nick Riewoldt, another bloody goal. It's 91-18 at this point. I did cut out some of the highlights of Feb's goals. And, Simo going back, trying to take the mark. Courage, but not even near it. Why did I choose this game? Thank you, Azza, for the stats, by the way. Beautiful. Loved it. Have a look at this. Oh, it's beaten about 6 players there. And another Nick Riewoldt. We've got about 8 extra men in defence. And Nick Riewoldt's still running around marking the ball. We were a shambles. Hagen's paddock. Like all day, Brendan Favola was playing 1-on-2s, 1-on-3s, 1-on-4s because all of our players were in defence. And look at it. It didn't stop the bleeding. I reckon he might kick that one. Yep. So yeah, as I said, was averaging 108 heading into this game. 203 and then averaged like 117 for the rest of the season. Oh, big fist from Matty Skinny Lappin. That's good for footy. Scotland trying to put a bit of a chase on, but we're just getting carved up through the middle. No middle and no defense in the middle. Reminds me of current day Carlton. Riewoldt just sliding in for another grab. Not sure who his man is at this point. They might have thrown... No, it's still Lance Whitnell. This is rough. Let me know in the comments below if you've got some favourite Supercoach games we could go back and have a look at. I was going to try and do an analytical dissection, but it just ain't me. So I pulled up Nick Riewoldt's stats from the day: 15 disposals, 12 kicks, 3 handballs. You saw a couple of them were goals. 8 contested possessions, 7 uncontested. His marks, he had 13 marks for the day. He kicked 9 goals, 3. So from those 13 marks, all were inside 50. He actually generated 12 scoring shots. 6 of them contested, 7 uncontested. 9 goals, 3 for the day. Kicked 3 goals in the first and the third, I believe, and 3 in the fourth, or something like that. No tackles, so just stayed inside forward 50. Scored 138 AFL Fantasy, 203 Supercoach points. So that was Nick Riewoldt's 9th goal. This is the dying seconds of the game. There's about 10 seconds left here. They're trying to just feed him the ball, and they find him, and the umpire says, no push. Brett Thornton, best defense you played all day. That's it. And community, that is me painfully watching through highlights of Nick Riewoldt destroying the Blues, bringing up some trauma that I didn't know I still had. Scoring 203 Supercoach points in round 8, 2006. Will we see the double ton in round 8, 2021? I don't know. I don't know if this was any good. I don't know if it was shit. Let me know what you think. It was a little bit of fun.